Welcome back. Thanks for joining in today. My name is Michael from Proper Boy POV. The last video I discussed storage lockers and how important it is to consider letting that storage locker go and saving yourself a whole lot of money. And the problem is, though, for most people, is they don't know where to start. They don't know how to unload that storage locker and get rid of the stuff that's in there. So today I just wanted to discuss one possible way of doing that, and that is listing your stuff on CraigsList. I use CraigsList a lot. It's a great platform for getting rid of unwanted items, things you don't need anymore, but things that still have a value, right? So what I do is I go online, I start an account, I sign in, and I start with one item at a time. I look at the item, I go online to see what other people are selling it for, and the most important point is that I take that price, what other people are selling for, and I drop it by 50% or more. And by doing that, you get more interest in the items you're asking for. So in other words, you're not asking garage sale prices, you're asking just a bit more, and that way you have a better chance of selling it. I find on CraigsList that a lot of people are asking way too much for their stuff. They're hoping to get rich quick. I'm not sure what's going on there, but there are some fair sellers on there. So if you have some items like, say, an old stereo system, look it up online, see what other people are selling it for. It could be collectible, maybe it's just a standard stereo system. Say it's going for $100, drop it down to 50 or 30 bucks. Give somebody a break. Give somebody a chance to have a stereo system in their house and not break the bank, right? I'm sure you'd appreciate that too if you found an item on Craigslist and you noticed that the price was well below what somebody else might be asking for it. It feels good, right? It feels good to get a bargain. So why don't you do that for somebody else? Take some of your items, downsize. Keep the things that maybe keep one or two things. But for the most part, just let it all go. So go to your storage locker, pull everything out, organize it into categories. Get yourself a pile for garbage, get yourself a pile for donation, things you're just going to give away, you're not going to expect any money for. That might be to a family member or to the charity. And then things that you want to sell on Craigslist, that you want to try and get a little bit more value for. And then, the smallest pile should be the things that you're going to keep. There shouldn't be much more than, 10% of what you have in your storage locker, maybe even less, 5%. And if you're really doing great, you keep nothing and you move everything on to a new home, right? So once you've got it all organized, take the garbage to the dump. That's another pile, sorry, I forgot to mention that. And then take the recyclables and take the donations out of that storage locker. So now you've got everything out of there. And all you're left with is maybe two piles. One, the stuff you're going to be keeping, and the stuff that you're going to sell on Craigslist. Okay, so then go ahead and take photographs of everything. Front, back, serial number, and so on and so forth, model number, right? Maybe 4 or 5 pictures of each thing. That works really well. People like to see what they're looking at. Then go on to the computer and look up those products, figure out a price, then upload the pictures onto Craigslist, put a little description, as best you can, and set a price. Again, remember, the price should be well below what other people are asking, right? And don't sell junk, things that aren't working, and be honest when you're describing your product. Tell people about what that product is, whether it has flaws, whether something isn't working, how long it's been sitting, so on and so forth, right? Just be as honest and as realistic as possible. It helps people to make a better decision, and it doesn't waste people's time so they don't come up to your house, find out that it doesn't work and you didn't mention that. It's not very nice. It's kind of unpleasant for most people when they get a surprise like that. So there you go. And then just wait for that product to sell. Now here's one thing that I do. I wait about a week. If it doesn't sell, then what do? I get rid of it. I give it away to somebody that needs it. Give it to charity, okay? Because, hey, you could be sitting on this stuff for years and nobody comes along and says, hey, I want that item. And sure, you could be hanging on to it and go, well, this stuff is valuable. Look at how much stuff I have. I feel so powerful because I got all this stuff, right? And it's worth a lot of money. Well, here's the reality. Something is only worth what somebody's willing to pay. And that's the truth. And if you've got all this stuff sitting around and you've got it on Craigslist and you're renewing your ad every few days or whenever necessary, and nobody is, grabbing at it, then that says something about what you have. Nobody really wants what you got. So another trick is that you can lower your price. So every couple of days, go onto your Craigslist account, look at all the stuff you have. It hasn't moved within 1 or 2 days, lower the price by half, right? Just lower it. If it's got it for $50, bring it down to 25, because sure as heck, there are people out there that are watching your item and hoping that you're going to drop the price, and then they go in and buy it once they see that you reduce it. Hey, why not make 25 as opposed to just giving it away to the charity? You can do that too, right? Reduce it, wait another week, maybe wait 2 weeks until you toss it into the universe and say, here, somebody else, take this wonderful item off me. I hope that helps. This isn't like a really deep, in-depth look at selling on Craigslist, but it's touching on a few of the most important aspects, or a few points. And the point you just have to keep in mind is that you've got one goal in mind: minimizing your amount of stuff that you have in your house, right? To the point where, rooms are nice and clean and empty and there's hardly anything in there, and there's just 1 or 2 items in there that really mean something to you. And one other trick, if you have actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you this other trick on the next video. This is actually a really cool way of helping you let go of things. So stay tuned. That's the next video. That's what I'm going to talk about next. Have yourself a great day. Get right in there. Come on. I'm trying to encourage you to get rid of that storage locker. Get rid of all that extra weight that you're carrying around in you in life, and have a more freestyle life to do some of the things that you've always wanted to do without having to worry about things that you're sitting on, or stuff that's just plugging up your life. Okay? All right. Okay, let's end it here. Take care. Have yourself a great day, and we will talk real soon. Okay? Thanks.